Can You Relate with Kathy Dawson is presented by CK Media Productions.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Dawson. Welcome to Can You Relate, Cleveland's relationship show. This show is here for you to help you with all of your relationships, whether it's with you and your spouse, you and your kids, you and your in-laws, you and your coworker, even you and your pets. This show is designed for you. I'm very excited today because we have a special guest. Later in the show, we're going to talk about pets, and we're going to introduce you to our dog, Rosie. Now, Rosie is a little Bichon Poo, and she is just adorable. So we will be talking about how to relate to dogs or to pets. But first, let's talk about your clutter and how to clear it all away. So let's get started. How much stuff do you have in your house? Do you put it all away, or is it everywhere you look? We have somebody here who's going to help us clear away the clutter. I'm going to introduce you to Andrea Sharp. Welcome to the show. You are a professional organizer, and you're a coach, and you have your own business. I love the title of your business, SOS. It stands for Sharp Organizing Solutions. So tell me, this is from our house, by the way. What I did was I just picked up what was on the kitchen counter. Oh yes, this is what it looks like. So how do people end up building it up like this? How does this happen?
Well, Kathy, thank you for having me here today.
You're
and
so
first,
welcome.
let me say that it's not about the stuff. I
Really?
find that clutter is really either situational or it's chronic. And situational clutter happens when people have something go on in their life. It might be a change in job or a change in relationship.
So are we doing therapy here?
We're not doing therapy.
Go
But
ahead.
There are reasons behind the clutter, or clutter can be chronic. And it might be a situation where there's a shopping addiction, or there is some other sort of something that's gone on for a long time. You know, maybe you were raised in a household where everything was cluttered all the time and you don't know any different.
Okay, I'm here to tell you, my mother was so neat. It was
Okay.
nothing like this. So yeah, it helped me.
Help you. Well, if this is what's sitting on your table, the first thing.
To my, defense, it's on the kitchen counter in a pile.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pile person. So
As
how do you
lots
help
of
people who
are.
are pile
As
people?
lots of people are. First of all, what you need to understand is that you don't want to go out and say, I have a lot of clutter, I'm going to buy a lot of containers to put it in.
What?
That's the worst thing you can do.
That would have been the first thing I would have done.
And come January, you're going to find the retailers are all pushing organizational products and such. I want you to stay away from the containers.
Oh,
The
okay.
first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what you want from your stuff and what you want in your life.
Okay.
What do you really need to have in your life? Do you need this CD,
Yeah,
for
I do.
example? You do.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so we're putting that over there.
And once you decide what you need and what you want, then we're going to figure out how you're going to store it.
Okay.
That is a later step.
Now, what if things like you have an emotional attachment? I mean, is that rational?
It can be very rational.
Okay.
There are no hard and fast rules for what you keep and what you get rid of.
I have 1,000,001 frames, but my girlfriend gave me this, so I don't want to give it away.
So that one means a lot. And that's fine. I think that the only hard and fast rules that you have is something that is clearly beyond repair or something that's expired. Those
Oh.
things we should get rid of.
Okay.
But the first step is really going to be to sort.
All right.
And again, there are no hard and fast rules for sorting. It's different for everyone else.
So do you automatically say, well, paper things go over here, CDs go over here, books and things go over? Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
It might be, but you have a lot of paper things here. So if we sorted all this into paper, it's just going to be that big pile.
One big pile again.
So I'm going to ask you, Kathy, what sort of categories do you see here in your papers?
Okay.
This is a particular flyer or something.
That's for my
you
husband.
probably see that differently than you see this envelope that says official documents.
Yeah,
Probably a different level of importance.
So just to recap, it sounds like you have to sort, you have to decide what you're not going to use. If it's outdated, get rid of it, and then you go from there. We've got to have you back.
I would
Okay.
love to be back.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here. And if you look like this in your house, you might want to get a hold of Andrea by calling her at 440-522 2980. You have a website.
I do.
SharpOrganizingSolutions.com. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We have more of Can You Relate coming up.
Up next, add this to your resolution list. Better ways to relate to your money. We'll help you figure out your financial figures. And later in the show, yes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. We'll show you how.
Craig and Mark Lindell and Grange Insurance understand that life is a series of brushstrokes, large and small. Moments from the everyday to the extraordinary. As you move through your world, let Grange Insurance and Lindell Insurance put the finishing touches on an insurance plan to meet your needs. Having Lindell Insurance and Grange handle your insurance while you stay in the moment. Now that's a stroke of genius.